Today is a special day for a national treasure and Eastern Kentucky native. The queen of country music, Loretta Lynn, is 90 years old. WIMT's Zach Hawk is live at the Country Music Highway Museum in Paintsville, where a front porch pickin' event is expected to begin soon. But before we hear from Zach, we want to take you to Butcher Holler, where it all began for Loretta. WIMT's Dakota Makris shows us how fans are wishing her a happy birthday.
Well, I was born a coal miner's daughter.
Eastern Kentuckians celebrating the birthday of one of their own. The queen of country music, Loretta Lynn, turned 90 on Thursday.
Everybody loves her. You know, a lot of people, they can relate to her. You know, when they hear her songs, you know, and they come and see her house.
From humble beginnings, fans saying she knows how to relate to people.
A lot of people, once they reach stardom and everything else, they forget their humble roots. But Laura's always remembered her humble roots here with the Hills.
Mommy rock the babies at night.
Her down-to-earth personality, and she's very talented. I mean, gifted writer and singer.
Johnson County celebrating her birthday with different events spanning several days. An amateur ham radio club in Paintsville wishing Loretta a happy birthday with its own twist.
A couple days ago, when we were setting up our initial operation, some people drove up here from Canada just to see this.
On the air for 24 hours with the call letters K4L, Kentuckians for Loretta.
She has such an impact on this area. Her music is known far and wide, known throughout the world.
Loretta Lynn.
Celebrating a pioneer in country music, impacting so many young artists.
Hardly any young female country singer coming out of Eastern Kentucky that doesn't cover Coal Miner's Daughter at one time or another.
And from all of us in Eastern Kentucky.
Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Loretta. We will always love you.
That was Dakota Makris reporting. Loretta recently released an album, Still Woman Enough, in early 2021. Now, a party tonight in Paintsville is the culmination of what Johnson County Judge Executive Mark McKenzie declared Loretta Lynn Week. WIMT's Zach Hawk is live as folks get ready for a celebration in her honor. Zach.
Steve, Lynn was born in the Van Leer community, not far from where I am right now, and Johnson Countyans have not forgotten that, with many of them actually following in her musical legacy. Now that music is what's going to be on display here tonight at US 23 Country Music Highway Museum. So the whole community is invited to come out for what they're calling a classic front porch pickin' and a birthday party in her honor. Now I'm told live singing begins on stage inside at 7 p.m. and anyone can sign up when they arrive. There will also be birthday cake and a song for Loretta around 7:30. Organizers are just setting up right now, but they've been telling me how excited they are to pay honor to Miss Loretta.
Ever since I was a little girl, I've sung Loretta's songs. It's just something that you do in this area. I mean, we all admire her because she is from this area, and we can all relate to her because we were all kind of raised that way too.
Now, Steve, organizers actually just told me that they are expecting to see 200 people here tonight. So if anyone is still trying to come out for the 7 o'clock show, you should come soon and try to get your seat. Organizers also said they hope for the party to keep going until around 9:30 p.m. tonight. Live in Johnson County, Zach Hawk, WIMT Mountain News.
Zach, thank you very much. Have a good time tonight. And of course, we'll have a recap of that party from Paintsville coming up tonight at 11.
Well, you saw it behind Zach there, an absolutely beautiful shot outside. It will be a little cool as we head through the evening, but we're going to be in pretty good shape as we head, at least other than the temperature, that is, in pretty good shape as we run through the nighttime hours. Outside right now, you see it, US 119, US 23 camera into Pikeville. Plenty of sunshine there over the mountains in Pike County at the moment. I-64 at Moorhead, all is sunny there as well. And downtown Whitesburg sitting at 63. So a beautiful evening continues. It is a little cooler than normal with temperatures in the lower 60s in most spots. However, it's not necessarily uncomfortable. It's light jacket weather now, and we'll try to see if we can't make things, bring out the heavier coats as we head later on tonight, because we do have some chilly weather on the way thanks to high pressure pushing in. Yesterday's storms well off the East Coast, and we don't have to worry about any rain over the next little bit. So keep that WIMT weather app handy regardless, because you open it up and you're going to see we fall down into the 40s tonight, and eventually some of us may even fall down into the upper 30s. Now, I'll have the very latest on when we could see a few showers during our Easter weekend coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. Now to some breaking news out of Letcher County, where officials confirm a deadly crash along US 119. State police tell us that a pickup truck and SUV were involved in that crash. Troopers also say one person is dead, another alive but in critical condition. A third person was also involved. We do not know their condition at this time. We are told the road is still closed. This is again on 119 in Letcher County. The road should be closed for another hour or so. We have a reporter at the scene, and we'll bring you the latest as we get it on WYMT.com, and of course have an update tonight at 11. We now know the identity of a man who was found dead along a ditch in Knott County this morning. Troopers confirmed with us that 44-year-old Dennis Little was found in his car on Highway 889 in the Pippa-Passes community. That's near Alice Lloyd College. Little was pronounced dead at the scene. Troopers say their evidence suggests Little may have suffered a medical emergency prior to crashing. A man is behind bars after police say he led them on a cross-county chase that started in Laurel County. Deputies say they tried to pull Josh Floyd over on Cumberland Gap Parkway in Corbin. They say Floyd sped off, passing other cars on the shoulder of the interstate. He eventually stopped somewhere on I-64 around Lexington and took off running. Floyd is facing multiple charges, including fleeing or evading police. Kentucky lawmakers are wrapping up another General Assembly session. They've passed a budget with record spending and investments, across the board raises, plus bills that focus on health care, education, and student athletes. But some high-profile bills that got some life late in the session now appear to be dead. WIMT's Phil Pendleton has more on what happened during the final day.
Mr. Sergeant at Arms.
A day after almost 24 bills were made law by way of veto overrides, a lot of attention was focused on if sports betting could somehow score a victory.
Unless there's some sort of Hail Mary pass and some undecided switch to a yes, it's not looking good.
There's no extra innings or overtime allowed for the wagering bill. Everything ends at midnight and time is running out.
I know that polls show that a majority of Republicans, independents, and Democrats support sports betting.
The last day did see final passage of a student mental health bill that also includes a correction in what some Republicans say was an unintentional consequence of combining Senate Bills 1 and 138 that mistakenly said teachers could be jailed for some classroom instruction. That's House Bill 44. Governor Beshear praised lawmakers on some parts of the budget, but in it and in other bills, he said the harm is worse than the help.
The cuts to our safety net make us one of the least generous, stingiest, meanest states for those who have been knocked down.
Despite the vetoes, Beshear did say he believes he signed a record number of laws during this session. In Frankfort, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Lawmakers will adjourn at midnight tonight, and unless a special session is called, they will not gavel back in until January of 2023. Kentucky's 2 abortion providers are challenging a new state law on abortions. The House and Senate overrided a governor's veto on House Bill 3. It would restrict medicinal abortions and ban all abortions after 15 weeks. The ACLU filed 2 lawsuits in U.S. District Court in Louisville on behalf of Planned Parenthood and EMW Women's Surgical Center. The ACLU is asking a judge to block enforcement of the law while they challenge it in federal court. April is National Second Chance Month, and Kentucky Chamber officials want this time to help Kentuckians in active recovery find and maintain gainful employment. To that end, Chamber officials are launching the Fair Chance Academy. Program coordinators say the aim is to help business leaders understand the role they can play in supporting recovering addicts.
It's very important to understand that with the Fair Chance Academy, we can help businesses look through what that stigma is and understand that they have a real potential to tap into a talent pool that's previously been missed.
Academy officials will select 15 business leaders for the first ever class. Applications will be accepted until Friday, April 15th, which is tomorrow. A Lexington woman is breaking barriers and helping people have some uncomfortable conversations. Lauren Hunter Smith recently started a death doula service. It's the first of its kind in central Kentucky, and it's gaining notoriety for its frank discussions.
I feel like people don't realize that they can even do these things. I feel like they don't realize that you don't have to be embalmed. You don't have to have a vault over your grave. You don't have to do those things. There are options. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with wanting a traditional funeral, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to.
Tonight at 11, Kristen Kennedy sits down with a death doula in an investigative story exploring end-of-life care. Things are taking a turn in Pikeville as the city plans to reopen 2nd Street following changes to its layout. With the new look comes a new route for a couple of the one-way streets. Traffic on Grace Avenue will now flow from 2nd Street toward Main Street, and Caroline Avenue will now flow from Main Street toward Hambley Boulevard. These will be opposite of the way the roads have been laid out in previous years. But signage is in place to help with the transition, which city officials say will begin on Saturday. The Cedar Entrepreneurial Coal Lands Redevelopment Program just wrapped its regional challenge at the Appalachian Wireless Arena in Pikeville. Students from Magoffin County presented a project to pitch a zipline business in Sayersville. Phelps students presented their idea for a guide service to boost tourism on the Tug Fork River, and the Craft Academy laid out a plan for a mental health program for students in Pike County. Each plan reclaiming and redeveloping mine land to build a better future for the future generation. We'll have more from the event and what the program is hoping to accomplish tonight at 11.
Sunshine is back, and it looks to continue as we head into the beginning of Easter weekend. I've got the very latest on the gorgeous temperatures as well coming up next.